Hello, welcome back. So this is the next game in the Lords of Middle-earth tournament for me. This is a game 2 against Strider656, which I think he already has a video up on, because he does it live stream anyway. This is a little while ago now. Like last week anyway. Not ancient history, just slightly ancient history. So for game 1, I was Shadow and he was Free Peoples. I'm guessing if you watch this, you probably watched the first one by now, so not a big spoiler that I won that one. So hoping for, just a nice, quick, calm Free People's ring victory would be quite pleasant here. Okay, so I'm doing no one out. I've been experimenting with this. I still think starting with Gimli out or with Boromir out can be very strong. I don't like giving a token, and I've had a lot of games lately where the Fellowship just gets absolutely destroyed, so just keeping everyone in for the sake of actually surviving to get to Mount Doom also feels pretty important to me. But at the same time, just, getting outraced to a military victory might leave one wondering, would I have been better off putting Gimli or Boromir out? So, anyway. Okay, so he puts one eye in and rolls no more, and I roll. Oh yeah, I forgot that this game started like this. Yeah, with 4 Palantirs and a muster, which is just so hilariously useless. Like, especially starting with, the new Gandalf. Like, I don't even have the cycling ability from the OG Gandalf here. I just have this. Yeah, I say good game, see you in game 3. Yeah. Okay, so he musters Isengard to war. I read the word mess and then that got in my head. So, yeah, I remember thinking to myself right before this roll, it would be fun if he rolled like 6 eyes and I got a perfect roll for crowning Aragorn. And then it gave me the opposite of that. He rolled 0 eyes and I rolled 0 movement. So I draw a card because, lol, what else are you going to do? He draws a card, I draw another card. And then he brings in Saruman because it's literally impossible for me to get Gandalf the White this turn, even if I did have... Actually, oh no, wait, no, that's not impossible. If I had a separating companion card and Mirror of Galadriel now, then I could separate a companion and use a ring to turn this into Will of the West. That's extremely unlikely, though, to have both those cards anyway. Okay, so I play Power of Tom Bombadil because, lol, what else are you going to do? He plays New Powers Rising. Right, that's also a good reason for just putting Saruman down on the board early. Just getting that card out feels good. So I draw another strategy card. Like, maybe I could have played Faramir's Rangers there instead, just to get the troops on the board. But it's kind of nice to wait for an army to be there to attack. Anyway. Okay, so he decides to go after Rohan since I had, no hybrids or characters or anything to protect it. So he says no card. I think I play Confusion. No, I play the Shield Wall here. Right. I played Shield Wall here, so at least a regular with the leadership should probably escape to Helm's Deep, especially against no card. But he just rolls 3 6s without even needing a leader reroll. So, get wrecked, Bob. They do 1 hit back, but that's not really a big deal here. Yeah. Now I officially go to Vent for victory points because, yeah. He says I'm going to vent too. He didn't actually vent for victory points here, but yeah. So I move, and at least I don't get hit. Getting hit on the 1 at 6 and getting revealed there would have been extra vent worthy. So anyway, Helm's Deep is besieged turn 1 by a decent-sized Isengard army, and there is no defense here. I do pick up an Ent card, so that's something. So this would be another great, like, if I... rolled some movement and a Will of the West, so I could kill Gandalf, bring him back, and then play Ents to kill Saruman. That would help a lot here. So he rolls 1 eye, and I roll 1 movement. So still not exactly what I was hoping for. Yeah. Anyway, we'll see. I say, yep, game 3 it is. So he thinks about it for a bit, and right, he shuffles armies down. I think bringing these 3 orcs to defend Orthanc is a really good call. Oh, right, yeah, no, he thought about this for a while. I don't actually remember what he does. Okay, yeah, he comes closer to Helm's Deep and to West Emnet. Right, never mind. He was bringing in these troops to help smooth out Rohan. Okay, so I play Elven Cloaks because, lol, what else are you going to do? He musters... I was surprised by that. He uses a ring to muster the Southrons closer to war. Anyway, I move the Fellowship... they're safe, and then... What are we doing here? Okay, he moved from Gorgoroth to Minas Morgul, and North Dunland to Moria. I guess he was just waiting for me to use my mustering dice first before he put Rohan to war. Yeah, I guess that's that. Okay. Oh, yeah, so I decided to be annoying. Since he was specifically not mustering Sauron to war, I put the 2 regulars from Osgiliath in the way of North and South Ithilien. So that now this army that he just put in Minas Morgul is just stuck there now. Like, he has to muster Sauron to war and then attack one of them. Right, so he finishes putting the Southrons and Easterlings to war, and I muster Gondor down a step, and now he moves out to West Emnet and puts Rohan at war. That's weird. How often do you see Rohan at war, but Sauron is not at war? I feel like I've almost never seen that. Well, actually, no, I guess Rohan first from Orthanc isn't that uncommon. Okay, so I wonder which card I choose to chuck here. I remember being sad about having to pick one of these to throw out. I don't know. Let's see. I throw out Dead Men of Dunharrow. Right, that makes sense. Because I had still kind of hoped to separate Strider, but realistically, with this slow of a start, I'm probably going to keep Strider in because I'm going to need to run. Okay, the Fellowship okay. 1 eye rolled, and another eye from Gandalf. Thanks a lot, you jerk. Right, so I thought about mustering first, but then I got a little bit worried about Corsairs, because if he has, Ringwraiths are abroad, or... Okay, turns out half-orcs and goblin men is what he's got. I was worried about him running to Dol Amroth, or... Was I worried about something else? Yeah, I guess I think I was worried about Dol Amroth, yeah. So if I went ahead and used that to muster up a regular in Ederis and Fold, first off, he's probably going to take out them both anyway this turn. But second off, he could also choose to, with these cards, he could play half-orcs and goblin men on this army, and then he'd have 4 attacks to just run and go get Dol Amroth, and I wouldn't have any musters to muster in it. So anyway, that's why I choose to pass first. Right, then he occupies Fold with just that army. So then not only does he have less attacks, so it's less likely that he could get to Dol Amroth this turn, but also I'm feeling stronger about my chances of just winning that fight, so I decide to muster an Ederis instead. Because if I can, kill those elites, that greatly weakens his military strength for actually conquering... he still has enough for Helm's Deep, just with those regulars, because it's just 1 regular in there, But getting elites off the board just makes the Shadow's teeth less sharp, Like, he's less likely to be able to swoop down on Minas Tirith and blow it up, too, after this. Or swoop up to Lorien or whatever. So then he plays half-orcs and goblin men on that army, so now I'm feeling a little less likely to win, anyway. So he attacks Ederis and says no card. I go with the charge here. I don't know, maybe I should have saved that for Minas Tirith, but... Oh well. I did that because, I have 2 elites for now, and I'm probably about to downgrade one of them. They whiff anyway, so oh well. He gets 1 hit, I get also 1 hit. So I could play Huarn Dark here to, again, try to just straight up win the battle. But at the same time, now it's 7 hit points to 4 for him, and he's rolling 7 dice to my 3. And I really would like to, and I'm about to move 3 times against 3 eyes, right? So I'm probably going to kill Gandalf. And then hopefully next turn I can bring him back as Gandalf the White and kill Saruman right away. That's the hope anyway. So he presses. I play Confusion here anyway because my hand is full, and you never know. What if he just rolls 3 1s and then I can win this? And he rolls 2 1s, which helps a lot. And I roll just 1 hit back, so but plus 2 of course. So that helps a lot. So he presses. No card. And now I could play Huarn Dark and it would do absolutely nothing because he's only rolling 2 dice anyway. Right, I remember accidentally hitting the caps lock for that no card there. So he gets 1 hit, I also get 1 hit. Press, no card, he gets 1 hit, I get 0. Press, no card, he gets 0, I get 0. And 1 hit, 2 no hits. So not the most glorious fight from the Rohirrim there, but that Confusion was good though. That helped weaken them down. Okay, so Fellowship moves, and they're hit, and it's a 1 reveal. So that's just great. Classic reveal step 3 into Moria here. So, yeah, that's tough. You can either take the 1 arm and reveal in Goblin's Gate, then hide and move again, or you could reveal in Moria, specifically hoping to kill Gandalf for next turn. I think I go to Moria just because it's a really slow start. Yeah, I take the 1 R and go to Moria, and it's a 3, so that is perfect for killing Gandalf. Then I actually realized I made a pretty big mistake here. If he'd put in the Balrog, then if I move again and get hit, like and revealed on the way out and draw an eye for the Balrog, then that just insta-kills Strider because I don't have Galadriel in play. And Strider is the guide, and I can't change that. He decided to play Fighting Uruk-hai here, though, with Devilry of Orthanc against Helm's Deep. Gets a 6, no problem. Then I move again, and I get hit, and it's a 1 reveal. So I'm at least glad I got revealed out without the Balrog sitting on me. And then Smeagol shows up, though, which is actually pretty annoying, because now I can't use Strider's ability to hide. I do have You Know the Way there, so that, maybe that can help. And yeah, out comes the Chief for more dice's sake. Okay. Fellowship okay, 1 eye in, 2 more rolled. I get a Will of the West, which is great for getting Gandalf, but I'm not really going to move this turn, though, because I don't even have Strider to hide, so that feels bad. So I get Gandalf right away because I'm still hoping that I can, he's probably going to muster once, but then I can play my Ents, and I just need 2 hits. So that's about 2 or 3 hits to kill Saruman then, so it's literally 50-50. So he musters, and I play my Ents, and I roll just 1 hit. I feel like I've had so many of those, where I just need 2 hits from this card to kill Saruman, and I always just get 1, So, anyway, there's me complaining I never win that 50-50. So I figure I might as well put those Smeagol tiles out there since I'm stuck with Smeagol as guide, and we'll see what happens. Okay, so he moves towards Gondor. I pass. He brings in the Balrog because scary points. And then he uses that card to activate it. I was a little surprised by that. Personally, I really like saving that card as a combat card against Lorien or for where the Balrog shows up. But at the same time, it also cycles a card. Yeah, and I guess you don't want to play Orc Patrol because you don't want to let me get rid of Smeagol. You could play Sealder's Bane, though, because I'm not allowed to kill Smeagol to that. Anyway. I muster the elves down. He moves to sit on the Fellowship. Oh, right. He activated the Balrog specifically so he could come out and sit on the Fellowship. That makes sense. I muster the elves to war. And he moves towards Minas Tirith and Eastern. So this is a good point against my being annoying against Mordor here, is that now the Oliphants get to just walk in and hold Osgiliath against these. So it's decent odds anyway, and Gondor's still not activated because Osgiliath isn't a Gondor region. So there's a decent chance that these armies will be able to besiege Minas Tirith without me mustering it at all. So it's the classic curse of this game. Just what do you call it? Everything's trade-offs. I stalled the army in Mordor, but I opened the door for the army from the south. I wonder what he chucks. I'd probably chuck Dreadful Spells, personally. He chucked Phlox. Yeah, that's okay. Okay, so he puts in 1 eye. Oh, no, right. He does not put in an eye because I didn't move or hide last turn. And he rolls 2 eyes anyway. Right, so I play Every Little as a gain here because then I can at least walk a regular... partially, it's good cycling. Always love to cycle cards. And I also, then there's a regular in Lasarnak that could walk to Minas Tirith, in theory. So Sauron comes to war. All right, I muster in Lorien here first, which I think was actually a bad choice. Right now he plays Day Without Dawn, so there goes my Will of the West. Right, yeah, because now he can move towards the Dew Line. So I really shouldn't have been that scared of him besieging Lorien because, I could just put Galadriel down and muster up. I should have been more scared of him getting Woodland Realm, because I only have 2 musters, and he has plenty of army movements. So, okay, so his armies get ready to head towards Minas Tirith and towards Woodland Realm. I muster once in Woodland Realm. He moves towards Gondor. I pass. He besieges Minas Tirith. Pass. He brings reinforcements. I hide the Fellowship, and he attacks Minas Tirith. Right, Devilry against Daylight. He gets 0. Oh, right, he only has 1 leadership here, and I get 3 in return. So that's a good showing from the men in Minas Tirith, making me regret playing Guards of the Citadel as a combat card for those useless Rohirrim. Okay, and then Swarm of Bats against Daylight. That's a very good Swarm of Bats. So he still gets 0, and I get only 1 back. So Okay. Off we go to the next turn. Away goes the Balrog die. And he rolls... Right, he puts in 0 again and rolls 3. So at least now I know there's no day without dawn. So that's something anyway. So I muster in Woodland Realm again. I guess he just forgot to besiege it last turn because he could have denied me from mustering there again. But it's... Yeah. He also wanted to get Minas Tirith besieged, though. So it's, yeah, easy to forget about stuff. So I play Rangers of the North here because I wanted those troops in Dale specifically, so that if they're attacked, there's good odds they can retreat to Erebor. So I attack Woodland Realm and put those guys there. Now he plays Isildur's Bane against the Fellowship, and it's a 1. I use a Will of the West to pluck off the Balrog. Right, because I was specifically worried, like, you know... Yeah, because I want to get rid of Smeagol and keep moving, and I don't really want to let the Balrog just keep drawing more tiles while he sits on the Fellowship. It feels like a little bit of a waste. So anyway, now he hits me with a reveal from Foul Thing. So, yeah, it turns out to have been a good choice that I got rid of the Balrog, because then he would have gotten to draw another tile. Yeah. Okay. And now the Fellowship hides. So that's this is 3 turns now of not moving from Dimril Dale. That's so bad, man. That's so bad. Like... Yeah, that's just, it's a very sad game. Right, I got distracted there. Okay, so he attacks North Ithilien, and he gets him, leaves a regular behind, which is a good choice. Like, in this hopeless of a spot, if he'd left Minas Morgul open, I probably would have taken it, just because it feels very hopeless. Play Axebow, because lol, might as well. Attacks Pelargir from Osgiliath, no card, no card. I get 1 hit. I decide to stick around because I had an advantageous position to burn. I get 0 hits back, though. If I'd gotten a hit or 2, then I would think I would have stuck around just to try to win. But, yeah, without that, there's not much point sticking around 2 regulars against 3. Especially when those regulars can help defend Dol Amroth, right? Okay, he checks Wormtongue. I think that makes a lot of sense. So he does 0 eyes again and rolls 1 this time, and I roll 1 movement. So very depressing stuff. Yeah. So anyway, I play King Bran just to cycle. He plays Shadows Gather. Right, he brings that army from Daggerlad straight to Pelargir. That's nice. That helps a lot. I muster up in Dol Amroth because Lol might as well. He plays Orc Patrol. Yeah, I just take Smeagol for that because I just want him to get out of the way. I muster... Right, here's my plan. Because I feel like at this point I absolutely need to retake something to stall this out. So my brilliant plan is that after he attacks, this army is going to retreat to Eric, and then they're going to walk around and hopefully cause some trouble in Rohan. So hopefully those 4 regulars, like after they get to... you know, Helm's Deep or West Emnet, then I could play Eomer to strengthen them some more. And, you know, with Rohan being a war. It's a very optimistic plan, because of course he'll see me coming as soon as I walk to Anfalas, really. And, you know, so he'll have lots of time to muster up, and he obviously has more dice for mustering and attacking than I do, but it's, you know, you cling to hope. Right, so I did not see any cards there. Right, but then I think I also realized that he doesn't need to go after Dol Amroth either, though. Like, if he gets the Dew Line plus Rohan plus Minas Tirith there, then that's enough. Or even forget Erebor and go get the Shire, that's 10 points too. Okay, so he musters up a little bit more in the north, brings in the reinforcements, attacks Iron Hills, no card, no card. He gets 1 hit. Dwarves are at war. I muster up in Erebor. He besieges Erebor. I move the Fellowship, and they are at least not hit this time. That helps. Oh, right, and then oh, yeah, this is tragic. So I draw Athelas and Dane Ironfoot's Guard, which is amazing, right? Very happy to see Dane here. That's going to neatly bring this to 5 units, 4 leads to leadership. Just beautiful stuff. And then he realizes that he had a hybrid die that he didn't use there. Like, I just moved, and then he went ahead and drew cards, so I was like, oh, yeah, of course we draw cards. So anyway, he undoes back to the spot of being there. And, yeah, we are supposed to discard the results that just happened, right? Because if you do something accidentally or in the wrong order, you're supposed to treat it as disregarded, and then you go back. So that's very sad for me watching Dane go away. Right, so what does he do? Right, he brings reinforcements to Minas Tirith and a little extra backup protection for Mordor in case the one regular in South Ithilien gets up to trouble. So I pick up Athelas again, but just Grimbeorn, which is like, okay, like scouts are nice, but yeah, anyway. So I say Fellowship okay. No, right, I actually declare away. The Witch King follows naturally. Fellowship okay, one eye in, one more rolled, and I get, well, that's a nice roll. Yeah, that's lots of moving. That's right, I move, and I get hit. That's a 1 reveal, so great, thanks. Moves Nazgul leadership around. Right, I guess he knows Minas Tirith isn't getting stronger because Guards of the Citadel already came, so I guess that's why he's bringing leadership up to Erebor to finish that off first. Okay, then he plays Lure, kills Gimli, and he gets to draw a card. Right, draws in a Captain of Despair, that's a nice card. Attacks Erebor, uses Cruel as Death, gets 2 hits, that's nice. 1 hit back. Right, yeah, literally none of my cards are playable here, so that's just great. 6 cards and you can't play any of them. Very good times. Okay, so he plays Desperate Battle and gets 2 hits, and I get 3. Right, that 5th one is the reroll. Okay, he presses. Yeah, he does press. I still have no card. He uses Dread and Despair, and he rolls 1 hit to my 1 hit. Fellowship hides. Musters up in Orthanc a little bit, I guess just in case I drew more Ents, that's reasonable. Fellowship moves again, and they get hit, again just on the reroll because that's stupid Witch King. So, anyway. Fellowship reveals forward, attacks Erebor, no card, no card. I was a little surprised he attacked Erebor here, and not, something else. But I guess that's where his leadership is. So, anyway. And he rolls 1-6, and I roll 1 hit back. So again, I was really wishing I'd still had Dane here, because Dane would have made so much of a difference here. And now I bring in Elrond, kind of just, like, what if he rolls 8 eyes next turn? Maybe I can walk in. Also using Elrond's ring to get into Erebor, sorry, not Erebor, into Mordor next turn is useful for sure. So he attacks Erebor and just casually rolls his 6s, so yeah, that's that. Okay, so on we go to the next turn. Picking cards to chuck here is a little bit of a tough choice. I think I end up chucking 2 blue tiles. Yeah. Yeah, there goes the 0 and the -1. Yeah. Just what do you do, man? Okay, so he puts in 1 eye and rolls no more, and I roll another eye and just 1 movement. So I could technically possibly get to Mordor this turn if I, move, use Elrond's ring to bring it back, and then use Galadriel's ring to move a 3rd time. But then I'm maybe getting to Mordor. Like, if he has Cruel Weather, then I'm cooked. There's no way. Maybe if I get revealed on the 3rd one. Anyway. It just feels very hopeless, though. Yeah. Right, because getting to Mordor this turn, he's probably, he's going to be really close to winning this turn. Like, since he cracked... sorry. Erebor, all he needs to get is Minas Tirith and Wood the Realm. Doesn't even need to fight for Dale. Yeah, so even if I do get to Mordor, spending all my rings, he might win this turn, and if not this turn, probably next turn. And shooting through Mordor in 1 turn with no rings is, the kind of odds only Ludo Bagman would go after. Some of you are going to get that reference, and I hope you enjoy it. Okay, so he plays down to Thor's Folly. Very sad times. Muster some Nazgul? Doesn't muster some Nazgul. Moves leadership. I muster in Lorien. He attacks Minas Tirith. Gets 2 hits, and I get 1. He presses, no card, and just casually rolls 3 6s. I get a couple hits back, but it's really not a big deal. Oh, yeah. So here's my offer. So just realizing that, how hopeless this situation is, all he has to do is pivot and take Woodland Realm. Like, granted, Woodland Realm is reasonably well defended, but it's still only 1 stronghold. and there's not much I could do to retake. Like, maybe I could come out and fight for Pelargir, but that doesn't feel great. He's got so many troops there. And again, like, retaking Rohan by going around the long way is really unlikely, and it's just one regular here that could try to sneak around. And the north is also still not at war. Like, I guess I could muster the north and try here. But anyway, as you might have read in the text, I offer to concede here, specifically if he's up for playing game 3 right away, because he'd mentioned before that he doesn't like playing games back-to-back, and I know that, like, it was a frustrating loss for me, this one, because I just felt like there's not much I could do. And I really wanted to just quick go play game 3, because that would feel better. I feel a lot more hopeful than sticking it out for this game. So specifically, if he was up for playing game 3 right now, I'd concede. If not, then I'd stick it out and, cling to my chances and play game 3 some other day. But this game had been quick enough that he was game for playing game 3. So I surrendered this game and we started game 3. So yeah, that's the end of this game. Do let me know if you think I was crazy for conceding this game, or if you think that makes sense. But you know how sometimes, like, if it's just frustrating and you're going to lose anyway, like, it really doesn't feel worth sticking out. But yeah, anyway, I think this is the first tournament game I've ever conceded. But yeah, anyway. I guess let's take a look at the statistics here. So, yeah, -6 on movement for the Free Peoples, -5 Cs, -1 on Ws. +9 on attacks. Yep, that about sums it up, yeah. -3 on 6s for him, so that's true. A +2 on 5s, +8 on 5s for me, so I guess that means I hit back well? It doesn't feel like I did. Like, Rohan didn't really turn around, Erebor didn't turn around. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, thanks for watching. See you next time for Game 3.